Welcome to Carroll Helping Carroll. I'm Brenda Dinne, and I'm a media maker and video producer at the Community Media Center. Carroll Helping Carroll is a show designed to highlight local nonprofits in Carroll County, Maryland that make a difference in our community. In this episode, I am pleased to showcase the ARC Carroll County. Today we will be sitting down with Don Rowe, the Executive Director of ARC, to talk about the services and resources that ARC provides to the residents of Carroll County. Enjoy. So you were telling us about the services that you provide to young adults. How often do these clients receive services?
Well, that's a great question. So with our pre-ETS program, those are typically once a week at the ARC.
These are classes?
They are. They're classes. The one I was trying to remember actually is a college prep course. So we actually will go out to some of the local college campuses. And I think that course I think it's for 4 weeks, but we are actually at a different college campus during that time. So, but most of them are, 6 to 8 weeks, maybe an hour, hour and a half right after school. Transportation is something in our community that can be a bit of a challenge. We have some great partners at Carroll Transit Services. But then we also provide some limited transportation, but then we also rely on families to get their students to the ARC for those classes. In terms of employment, it's typically 20 hours a week, and people have a whole variety of schedules. There'll be some folks that'll work maybe 8 hours, 2 or 3 days a week. Some people might work 4 hours, 5 days a week. So it really is kind of dependent on the employer.
Is this just in the summer? Or is it full year?
It has been in the summer. And now this is the first year that we are actually doing that program in the fall for a couple of students in the evenings.
So it would be, if they're in school still, they would go after school?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they get paid for these jobs?
They do, yes. They get paid minimum wage or better. And we really, here in Carroll County, have a great group of employers. We this past summer, we worked, I think, with 28 different employers.
Wow.
Some names hopefully people will recognize, Random House and Walgreens, and there's a bakery up in Hampstead, Bertucci's. Wonderful employer. Community Media Center, where we are today, had a student.
Yeah, I think we know somebody.
I think we do too. I heard he did a fabulous job here. So what's really important, and what we try to do, is really match up. We ask each student what is interesting to them, what is a career that might be interesting to them, or something, what would you like to try for the first time, and then go out and try to match them up with that employer. Last year we tapped on Sheriff DeWeese. We had a student that was very interested in law enforcement, and so he had a student for the summer.
Great.
Yeah, so it was just a fabulous experience, and our employers really do a great job.
It looks like we've found ourselves trapped in yet another edition of Know Your Crew, the segment of our show where you, the audience, gets the privilege of knowing us, your crew. Follow my explicit commands, and you will be awarded with valuable behind-the-scenes mind gems. Let's take a look at the control room, the nerve center of this digital shindig. This cavalcade of chaotic calamity could only come together with the help of our technical director, Cody McLaughlin. And by their side, hitting all the right notes, we have our audio engineer, George Shearer, bringing literal music to your ears. Switching gears and finding the cheer, it's Kayla Catlin on the board and Kevin McDermott on graphics. And finally, in control room, we have the man who tells me what to say, by force if necessary, Sean Dinne. Sean is now demanding that I take us to the studio, so it has to be done. Sorry for the delay, Sean. On the floor, there is no higher quality or authority than our floor director, John Carver. Working far beneath him on the hierarchy in this studio are our camera operators, truly the keystone in this metaphoric archway of programming, we have Bob Champaglia running a camera. And to finish up the line of camera jockeys, we have the legend himself, Alan Butler. Way to razzle-dazzle him, Alan. But let's not forget the whole reason we're watching today, me, Mike Fell, your most humble MC. Again, I'm Mike Fell, and you're welcome for this installment of Know Your Crew. Back to you, Don.
Now, you said they get paid. Who actually pays them?
Well, the funding that we receive actually comes to the department, the Division of Rehabilitation Services. So
Which is a state agency.
it's a state agency, that's correct. And so they actually pay the ARC, and then we put those students on our payroll for that 6 to 8 weeks. And so they'll get a check from the ARC during that time. So so you know, again, that's a good learning experience for a student to go through that whole process of how do you get on somebody's payroll? What are the forms you need to fill out?
Right. Good, good. Well, maybe in the minute we have left, you can tell us a little bit about your upcoming event, Capital Steps.
Yes. Well, every November we have the Capital Steps. It's our signature event that we have. The money that the proceeds from that go to our foundation. And the Capital Steps are just a fabulous group. They're a political satire group, and there's always plenty of material for them to entertain us with.
Yeah. And this is something anybody in the community can go to.
Anybody in the community, if you go to our website, there's information about how to buy tickets.
Okay, great.
The area libraries are also selling tickets.
Great. Well, hopefully our viewing audience will go to your website and take a look at that then.
I hope so.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to thank our talented crew and our wonderful on-air talent for being here with us today. I would also like to thank you at home for joining us on Carroll Helping Carroll. Don't forget to check out this episode and other episodes of Carroll Helping Carroll on Comcast Channel 19 and the Carroll Media Center YouTube channel.